Boys, sad to say, we're going to have to get castrating.
At some point when they do grow up, they're going to start to fight.
Well, we can't have that. You boys need to play nicely. I'm just driving through the Queensland countryside and I'm feeling pretty nostalgic because this is where I fell in love with farming life. We had some family members that had a dairy farm and I used to visit all the time as a kid, so it's just so nice to be back.
Scott is enjoying travelling through familiar territory as he heads to a local farm to help out a vet dealing with some unusual pets.
Yeah, there's a good boy.
Come on, fellas.
At this property in the Queensland town of Texas,
Lorenzo.
hobby farmers Fiona and Peter have 6 lively young bulls.
Come on.
The camels are my pets.
Come on.
They're my babies. They're just the most adorable, affectionate, loving animals you can have.
They're more loyal than dogs. Come on, fellas.
Scott will be meeting experienced camel vet Margie to help with a busy day of surgeries.
Good girl.
Hey, how's it
Hi.
going? Really nice to meet you.
Scott will be rolling up his sleeves to get some hands-on camel experience. These massive beasts are quite a contrast to the smaller domestic pets he usually deals with in the UK.
Hello.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hi, Scott.
guys.
This is Fiona.
Hi
and
Fiona,
Nice
how
to
are
meet
you?
you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Scott, glad to be here.
And here are the boys.
Wow,
Hi,
look at
boys.
those handsome devils. These camels look pretty big. I imagine that as juveniles they'd be a bit smaller, and so yeah, I'm just a little bit nervous. And look, tell us, do they have names? I know that farmers don't like to call their animals names sometimes, but...
Oh, no, they're pets, so they've all got names.
Okay,
We have
introduce
Humphrey
us.
and Ringo, Lorenzo and Andre, Camelot and Tim Tam.
So, unfortunately though, boys, I think we're going to break it to you that they're losing a part of their manhood today.
So today they are going to lose their testicles because at some point when they do grow up, they're going to start to fight.
Well, we can't have that. You boys need to play nicely. Boys, sad to say, we're going to have to get castrating, and it's not
Time has
Peter.
come. The time has come. Yeah, don't worry, you'll be right.
He's already been done.
Oh, he's been done. Okay, fine. So, Peter, why do you have camels?
There's a burr called galvanising burr. Nothing will eat it except for camels. I was digging weeds out by hand 7 hours a day, so it saved me a lot of effort and time. They will eat it and they will kill the seeds as it goes through their stomach.
And also, camels and cows or cattle drink out of the same trough. The enzymes in the camel's saliva will bulk up your cattle.
So they help the cattle to break down the food.
Yeah,
Quite a handy animal then.
yeah. Plus, they're beautiful.
All right, let's go.
There's no shiny veterinary clinic for Scott and Margie to work out of.
What's the stick for?
That's going to be our IV fluid setup. But wait, there's more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rather primitive.
I think something that the small animal vets may not be used to when they come out and work in the field are the elements. The heat, it's windy, it's dusty, and the fact that the animals can kill you.
Come on.
Scott's about to find out just how dangerous camels can be with their first patient, feisty Lorenzo.
Come on. That's it. Immediately, the hackles start to raise and the anxiety and the atmosphere is starting to increase. They're getting a bit thrashy, a bit grumpy. Everyone's a little bit nervous now.
Everything's just gone up a notch. It's now making it a real danger for all of us involved.
He seems to be the alpha, the big guy. Straight away, you go, you know, they could really hurt you. When you're up close to them, you realise just how big they are.
They are actually quite big.
Yeah.
Find his jugular.
Even juvenile camels can weigh hundreds of kilos, so the first step is to sedate and anaesthetise them.
This is where they can injure themselves.
Yeah.
And this is where, if they fall forward, they can injure us as well.
Right, so danger all round. We need to direct them to fall in the right way to be able to perform the castration procedure. And it's actually pretty difficult. They're very long-limbed, aren't they? So it's a long way to fall and also lots of bones to break.
That's exactly right.
And you're sort of trying to lead them to the ground and they're fighting the anaesthetic, but also they're feeling a bit weird as well.
It is definitely the most dangerous part of the whole thing.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh, nicely done.
All right. Under here.
With Lorenzo finally anaesthetised, it's safe for Scott to inspect the job at hand.
For such a big animal, I've seen larger ones on a smaller animal, so I'm not too intimidated.
Popped out the testicle there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut through that first
Yeah.
layer. It's all the same anatomy, but it's in a slightly different setup. Next up is the emasculators. So what this does is clamp and crush at the same time. Slice through here.
Yep.
Congratulations, it's a boy.
It is.
We've got a beautiful looking wound.
Lovely.
Right, we're done. Spray some antiseptic spray. This helps with any flies, and then he's right to wake up slowly. So we'll just leave you there with him for a minute, Peter, and you guys can talk about, you know, what you've been through.
Yeah.
And we might
Moving
get
on
on
to
to
the
the next one.
With Peter babysitting a recovering Lorenzo and 5 more castrations to go, it's time for Scott to tackle his first camel castration. But after witnessing Lorenzo's fate,
All right.
next patient Ringo isn't too happy.
Well, if that's how they're talking to each other, I think he might be swearing at us.
Yes, I think so. So you speak camel. You can take the pressure on this one, thank you.
Here we go. Down this way, buddy. Come on. Just try and lay down, mate.
Push down.
Come on.
Wherever his backside ends, that's it, pulling his head, that's
There
perfect.
we go. Good boy.
Thank you, Scott, nice job.
Good boy. That's it. So can you find a couple?
Well, he's got one that's really obvious.
Yeah.
I can only find one that's descended at the moment.
Muggy's having trouble finding the second testicle in Ringo, and having a look, you can see there's one very obvious testicle on one side and nothing much on the other, which is quite worrying because if we can't find the testicle in the field, we need to perform a major surgery.
It's a really tricky procedure. It's a big issue. If it's in the abdomen, that's a really big deal for everyone involved. I have done these procedures in the past in the wild, but the stress level is through the roof and the complications are almost doubled.
Oh, actually, he's just got quite a small one, but I can feel it. I think we'll be okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That was close.
Thank gosh.
Thank God.
Thankfully, feeling a little bit further up the groin, I was able to locate Ringo's testicle. It's a lot smaller, less impressive than the other one, but it's there. And by sort of bringing it down, we're able to then put it back into the scrotum and then remove it. So that's a real bullet dodged. Ooh, we just got a little bit of movement there.
So it's this bit that he might move his little leg for, and the bit where we clamp through that pampiniform. Give him a tiny top up.
But part of the worry of doing a procedure outside is, of course, there are a few more variables. And Marg and I are working really well together, just watching each other's back, because your professional life can be over in an instant if you don't take good care when you're dealing with such powerful animals like this. Great. Okay, perfect.
Nailed it. Go, girl.
Thanks.
With cranky Ringo successfully castrated, Scott and Margie dissects 4 more camels.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay. Good boy. Sit.
How are we going?
Yeah.
Scott, we're nearly done?
That's it, last suture. So
You
that's
kidding?
6 camel castrates done.
Yes.
Well done. This is my first real camel vet experience, and it's been back-breaking work. I have felt at times intimidated, but also really exhilarated.
Hello, mate. Guys, they're looking really good. They're just going to recover now. So a big day, but a good day,
Yeah.
and a job well done from Dr. Scott.
Yes. Wonderful job.
Next day, Scott's continuing his Queensland road trip, this time heading to Cairns, and he's celebrating a special milestone, his 25th anniversary of becoming a vet.
It's been absolutely incredible to come back to Australia and reconnect with the amazing Aussie people and of course the wildlife that inspired me to become a vet in the first place, and all the animals that call this country home.
Today, Scott's dropping in to meet Jeannie, founder of the Cairns Turtle Rehabilitation Centre.
Come on. Good boy. Turtles are amazing animals. They've been around for over 150 million years. They've gone through the dinosaur age and they've actually survived. They've gone through ice ages and they've actually survived. What a great species and what a great animal. Got it? Good boy.
Hi there, Jenny. I'm Scott. How you going?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Oh my gosh.
I know, they're so cute, aren't they?
A green sea turtle?
Green sea turtles. So these were born
Wow.
on Christmas Eve.
Were they like a little present?
Jeannie was called to rescue the hatchlings after they headed away from the beach where they were born to a suburban backyard instead of going into the ocean.
When they hatched, people had lights on in their front yard.
White lights.
White lights.
Right.
They went towards the light. A lady rang up, she had 40 on her porch, which she actually
40
then
of
put,
them?
40 of them, which she then put in
Wow.
the water. We thought we'd got all of them. Sadly, on Christmas Day, they rang and said that 3 of these guys were actually found in the swimming pool in the chlorinator going around.
Wow.
With people who've got their lights on in their house, the turtles are naturally following the white light, which is when they actually follow the moon when they go out into the ocean.
Hello, little man.
We don't know the long-term effects of chlorine, so we'll just keep an eye on them, make sure that they're going to grow up and be healthy, and then we'll release them back out into the wild where they belong.
Well, these guys are clearly thriving off the back of this sushi. Can I have a go?
Yes, you can.
I mean, not to eat it, obviously, myself, because I'm not sure, but that looks pretty yummy. What's this one's name?
This one's name is Prancer.
Hi, Prancer. Come here, buddy. Oh, yummy. Good boy. Well done. Having a close look at these baby green sea turtles, they are just so exquisitely beautiful. They have a natural smile to them. They're this beautiful colour, and they're just gorgeous little creatures. They're doing very well, and they love a bit of sushi.
They do, they do. Actually, while you're here, I'll get the scales. If you don't mind, we'll weigh them.
I would love that.
Okay, I'll just go and get the scales.
Okay, cool. Want some more? Oh, Mummy's not looking quick. That's a good boy.
Now 3 months old, these rescue turtle babies will eventually be returned to the wild, but only when Jeannie is satisfied they have a strong chance of survival.
Gotcha. Come on, little man. Let's go and get you weighed. Hey, yes, it's part of growing up. Come on. All right, so here's Prancer.
Yes, Prancer, let's see how much he weighs.
And here's 286 grams.
Wow, that's incredible. A month ago, he was 156.
Wow, good boy, growing big and strong. Shall I grab another one?
Yes, please.
As well as regular weight checks, Jeannie also monitors the youngsters' ongoing development by tracking changes in the size of their shells.
12 and a half.
12 and a half, and he was 10.
Oh, good boy.
So-
Or girl.
These turtles, they all have a personality, and they're just a gentle soul. They're like a bird in the ocean. But worldwide, turtles are crashing. They've got a problem. By 2060, if we don't mitigate a lot of the threats, they could be extinct. I mean, that's a pretty frightening statement.
12.4.
12.4, and
Yeah.
he was 10.4.
Oh, good boy.
Jeannie, her staff and volunteers are doing all they can to make sure these ancient sea creatures survive.
So it's fantastic. I mean, that's great to see the difference in the weights. They're growing really well, which means that they're eating well.
Jenny, I've brought a microchip and a scanner, but it's not for these guys, right?
No, these guys are a little bit small for that.
Okay.
The one you're going to microchip is just a little bit bigger.
There you go, good boy or girl.
He won't fit on the scales like the little ones.
Okay.
But that's okay. But I'll just show you.
Whoa!
So, he's just a little bit bigger.
He's massive.
Well, he's just a little
Wow.
bit bigger. So.
My gosh. Walking over to the tank, I am met with a gigantic flatback sea turtle called Buff. Now, Buff in Australia is a kind of a colloquial term for massive, and he's exactly that. He is absolutely gigantic. And what's his story?
So his story was he was found floating up at the Daintree. He was picked up by 2 Indigenous rangers actually, and they hauled him on board and they brought him down to us. But he passed a few pieces of plastic in the first few days.
Right.
So
Do you wonder if he'd stopped eating because he was blocked up, or?
I'd say that the plastic disrupts them, because it's not only the plastic that can cause the blockage, it's the chemicals from the plastic breakdown, microplastics, that can disrupt their gut. He's the largest male flatback I've ever seen. He was very lucky to be found. If he hadn't been found and he was floating, they get predated on by a larger animal who eat their flippers, like very large sharks and crocodiles. They can get hit by a boat, or literally an animal his size can float for up to 10 months and just die of starvation.
So it's good sort of take-home knowledge for anyone. If they see a turtle and they approach it and it doesn't go down, then it needs your help.
It does. So what we do is education on people, and we say, if you see a turtle on the surface, it's not diving, please grab that turtle.
After 2 months of dedicated care and rehab, tomorrow 60-year-old Buff will be ready to be microchipped and released back into the ocean.
Jenny, I'm more than happy to do the microchipping and the flipper tagging if I'm allowed to come with him to the release.
Oh, okay, you can come to the release because
good.
you're doing the flipper tagging.
And
the
also, he's
microchipping.
absolutely massive. You're going to need at least 2 or 3 sets of hands.
4 actually.
Well, there you go.
So it's like a horse, it's a leg on each corner.
Okay, all right, well, he needs to go back out into the wild, and the microchip and the flipper tags will just mean that we can keep an eye on him and just see how successful he is in the wild. But he is absolutely stunning, and I'm so glad that we'll be able to give him freedom. How
Yes,
exciting.
It is. It's very exciting.
Scott has some time to help out at the Marlin Coast Veterinary Hospital.
Hey Stephen, how you going?
Hey Scott, how are you?
Yeah, good to
Welcome
see
to
you.
North Queensland, welcome to Marlin Coast Vet Hospital.
Thank you
How are
very
you?
much. It's a
Glad-
beautiful hospital, it's amazing.
Glad you could make it up here. We've got plenty of things on today. We've got wildlife coming in.
Oh wow.
Yep, we'll just wait to see what the day brings.
Awesome, okay. All right, well, should I get out there and get cracking?
Go for it.
All right.
Absolutely.
See you, puppy. It's all right. Good girl. We're gonna go see the vet soon, hey? That leg looks a bit ouch, hey?
Scott's arrived just in time to see swimming coach Troy, who's rushed in 4-year-old Savvy after she was viciously attacked by 2 large dogs.
That's all right. We'll be going to see the vet very soon, hey? One of the dogs had her in her mouth. It was a big German Shepherd. I've gone in, I saw her, and I've just gone, Savvy, and gone in and grabbed her, and she was just panting really heavily. She's got a cut on her leg, she's limping, and I think she's got bitten on the face as well.
Hi, how you going? I'm Scott.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing? Who have you got here?
this is Savvy.
Hi, Savvy. All right, you're not looking too good. Let's come on in. Right, little Savvy. So, what's happened to her?
She was attacked by 2 dogs.
Oh.
The one that had her in her mouth was a German Shepherd.
Wow, she was in the mouth of a German Shepherd.
Yeah, her leg was in his mouth or her mouth.
Oh, baby. So, how did you manage to get her off the dog?
So I just went down and grabbed her, and the dog seemed to let go when I was there, and I just grabbed her, and then she bit onto me.
Oh,
Yeah, she just started biting my finger.
I'm sure you didn't mean to bite
No.
Daddy, did you? So there's definitely some blood. There's a hole back here. It's got a bit of discharge around it, and obviously quite a bit of swelling. I mean, when you're in the mouth of a German Shepherd,
Yeah.
it's not going to tickle, is it?
No.
The first thing that Troy saw was Savvy hanging out of the mouth of this dog. clearly in that instance, that dog is hunting that cat and trying to kill it. Ooh. So, I know, honey.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a hole back here. Looks like that's been the bite.
Yeah.
So from
That'd be
here,
weird.
and then
Yeah, it was dragging
back
her.
here. Gosh. Good news is it feels like that the femur and then the tibia and fibula are all intact, so
That's good.
it doesn't have a
Good
fracture
girl.
seemingly. I know, baby, but you are sore, and that's fair enough. Looking at Savvy's leg, I can see that she's got a significant puncture wound on the inside of the thigh. There's also some scrape marks over her hips, but we also need to make sure that she's not suffering with any internal injuries or bleeding or broken bones. So I think what we need to do is to give her a sedation and assess the wounds properly.
Okay, yeah.
And we might just do an x-ray just to make sure that we're not missing anything.
Yep.
But she's such a lovely natured cat, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really passive, so this is very traumatic for her. It's hard to even fathom losing Savvy. She's there around me whenever I'm home 24/7. She's like a family member. I sometimes say she's the golden cat, a daddy's kind of girl, like she needs to be around me all the time.
I would say if you weren't a heroic dad, then given minutes later, she probably would have been killed, I'd imagine.
Yeah, lucky, hey?
Yeah.
Anything for my little Sav?
Yeah, she's beautiful. You can see how worried Troy is for his cat, and you can see he's just one of those lovely cat guys. Very happy to have his heart on his sleeve and just show how much he loves his cat. It must have been unbelievably frightening that they've gone through this, but it's an incredible thing that he's managed to achieve by getting this cat out of the jaws of almost certain death. All right, well look, if you want to leave her with me, and I'll give you a call a little bit later on what she's done.
See you, Savvy. Hey, I'll be back soon. Big brave girl. Bye, Sav.
Say bye, Daddy. Hi, Montana.
Hey Scott, how you going?
I'm all right. So this is a cat called Savvy,
Hey Savvy.
who wasn't particularly savvy when it came to deciding to go out onto a park area, and two dogs have attacked her.
With Nurse Montana assisting, Scott needs to sedate Savvy so he can take a thorough look at the domestic shorthair's injuries.
So we're going to just give you a little bit of sleepy medicine. Then we'll have a look at that leg. Yeah, with that nasty doggy. Yes. Well, actually, it was two dogs, and they were kind of jostling for who got to bite her, but thankfully, Troy got in before they tore her apart.
Scott's main concern is the deep puncture wound in Savvy's hind leg.
Ouchie. Oh, look at that. That's exactly where the femoral artery goes, so it is amazing that she
missed it.
didn't bleed out. The puncture hole is just millimetres away from the femoral artery, and that's where vets and vet nurses will feel the pulse of dogs and cats. So it's a big blood vessel, and it's so close. It's literally millimetres away, and if this dog had punctured that, the cat would have bled out within seconds.
Three-year-old Savvy has narrowly escaped a fatal injury.
It's quite deep, but it's actually relatively small scale that way. But what we have is all the tissue and the skin is lifting up here. So I think a drain would be a good idea actually in this case.
Scott must now work fast to make sure a deadly infection doesn't take hold in the exposed wound.
What we need to do is place a drain to make sure that it doesn't accumulate with all the bacteria and the pus that's been injected in here as a result of being bitten by a dog's dirty mouth. Well, I'm not inclined to open this up anymore, you know, because actually it's a real puncture straight down, but actually not a huge amount of injury beyond that.
Yeah.
I think if we flush and clean it, and then it'll be just a bit of recovery time.
Yeah, beautiful.
Just suturing the drain onto the skin, we won't get any infections that develop, and with the course of antibiotics, it should all come right. So that's all done. So if we just take her through to X-ray and just make sure that she doesn't have any fractures, that'd be great.
Beautiful.
Cool. I'm loving working with the locals here in Cairns. They're just amazing people, really dedicated, really good at their jobs. Queensland is my home state, and they're very sunny, outgoing, confident, happy people. But alongside that, real dedication for the animals that they care for. So, yep, they're my kind of people. Okay.
Despite Savvy's miraculous escape from death, Scott's worried she may have sustained broken bones in the vicious attack.
How are we looking?
Really good, actually. So, no fractures there in the femur or the tibia and fibula. You can see just a little bit of gas under the skin, emphysema, which is not a surprise when you've been shaken up and down.
Yeah, definitely.
But little Savvy's managed to get away scot-free, to pardon the pun. She's, doing good. So she's a very, very lucky girl.
Such a good girl. No more chasing the puppies. Daddy will come and pick you up soon. He's going to be very happy to see his little girl. Yeah, good girl.
Today's been awesome. It's such a fulfilling job being able to look after such, I don't know, innocent and beautiful little creatures. So, and she's just been a stellar of a patient today. So, yeah, it's really rewarding. Definitely love doing what I do. Yeah.
Hey, Savvy. Hey. Oh, you look so pretty in your comb.
Two hours later, miracle dog attack survivor Savvy is ready to go home.
Good girl.
Owner Troy has arrived and is anxiously waiting to be reunited with his precious girl.
I was constantly looking at my phone to see if there's any updates and, you know, just thinking about how she's going and she being so brave at the big visit to the vet.
Hey Troy, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, come on in. Here's your girl.
Oh,
Here she
Savvy.
is.
Hey, Sav.
So just let me show you, the injury's fairly significant and that you can just see how bruised
Yeah.
she is there. But luckily for her, no fractures. Honestly, Troy, you saved her life.
I'm grateful to myself for saving her life.
I am too, because literally the puncture wound, which you can see there, you can see that hole just there?
Yeah.
That is about 2 millimeters away from her artery in the groin, and if it went through that, she would have bled out and died. So the fact is that you got her out of the jaws of death and saved her life.
It was hard enough going this long without her, so I couldn't imagine what it would have been like.
Yeah.
Hello, Sav.
I really rate Troy. What a legend. I love the fact that Troy was just happy to see Savvy, but actually he's been really modest about the fact that he did save this cat's life. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a swimming coach.
Oh really? So you're training the next generation of lifesavers?
Well, yeah, hopefully, yep. Got nationals next week.
Well, if there's a nationals for cat saving, then you're going to get the gold medal, my friend.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no worries. Well,
Cheers.
well done. Well
Appreciate
done.
it. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Sav has meant so much to me, so to see how close it came to it being far, far worse than it was, huge relief.
See you later, Troy.
See ya.
Bye, mate.
She's one lucky cat. Hey Sav, we're going home. Look at that.
Okay, so we're taking Buff out today. In the tank, we're going to have 4 people. On the outside, we'll have John, Scott, and Kim.
The big day has arrived when giant sea turtle Buff will return to his natural home in the ocean.
Let's not rush doing anything. We don't want to stir him up.
Jeannie has led the team, which has nursed the 93-kilo giant back to health after he was found floating and unable to swim due to swallowing a large quantity of plastic.
You guys are legends. Thank you.
So let's get ourselves organised. You're going out.
Scott has a very important role to perform before the big turtle goes home.
Today's a really exciting day because Buff is about to be released, and as the vet I'm charged with putting his flipper tags on and also microchipping in. Good boy, mate.
Flippers. Wait 2 seconds, Ron. Wait, please wait, just wait. Sorry. When we get them out of the tank, it's always a concern. You know, he's a big animal, and what can happen is that they can thrash around, you know, We hope no one gets bitten, but they can really struggle so hard that it's a problem. It's all about his safety.
I need a towel.
Throw it on his hip.
Covering Boof's eyes will hopefully keep him calm.
Okay, look, we gotta flip her out. Come on. Oh my gosh, he's so strong. Boof really played up to his name. It looks like he was bouncing around, so powerful. Like getting him out of the tank, you had to do quite a bit of manhandling. Okay. And then down. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow, he's much more powerful and much heavier than you think, isn't he?
Oh yes.
Whew.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
With Boof finally in position, Scott can carry out the critical microchipping and tagging procedure.
And the microchip and the flipper tags will just mean that we can tell everyone that finds him in future that he is actually a rehabilitated turtle. And we can keep an eye on him and just see how successful he is in the wild. There we go. Whew. Good luck, you're absolutely fine there. Okay, you'll have a nice safe journey and you're on your way home, buddy. Hey?
I never sleep the night before a release because you've always got to think of the factors, you know, is he going to float? The worst part is if he does float, you know, we've then got to retrieve him and bring him back. But on the other hand, it's excitement. It's excitement that this is an animal going back out into the wild where he belongs.
Boof's release is crucial to the global survival of sea turtles, including his own species, the flatback turtle.
Sea turtles in the wilds are really up against it. Their numbers are dwindling fast. They could all be gone if we don't look after them.
Boof's return to the ocean is even more critical due to a mass decline in the number of male sea turtles. In some areas, they account for just 1% of the total turtle population.
It's a frightening thought to think that, you know, these animals which were once prolific out there are now going into a status of critically endangered, vulnerable. So what a great day it is today to see a big animal like this, a big breeding animal, go back out into the wild. And we just hope that he's got a safe future and he's going to go along and do more breeding and carry on that species.
Helping send Boof on his way is the local Indigenous community. Their people have had a special relationship with sea turtles for thousands of years.
This is a great turnout.
Yeah, it's so nice to see all the kids, the next generation of wildlife warriors, hopefully. Give them a line, toes on the line. All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Among the Indigenous leaders is John, who helped rescue Boof, and now 2 months later is sending him home.
My rangers actually picked him up and we thought they had actually found a dead turtle or so. It's been a massive job, but really excited to let him go. But seeing him do so well down there with Jenny has been awesome.
Drop
All
your
right,
end down.
buddy. Here we go. Good boy. Off you go, that's it. Hey! Woo! Hey! Woo! Amazing! There he goes. Incredible! Oh, how are you feeling?
Great, that's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, look at him go! He's so keen.
That's a real thrill.
Wow! This is a worldwide issue. We have to protect precious creatures like this. It's so important. We've got to work together and collaborate. And all of these people here are together ecstatic because we released one flatback turtle. And honestly, I've got goosebumps. Amazing.
What a great release. He just went off, he knew exactly where he was. And it's so good to see him back out where he belongs. They don't belong in tanks, they belong out here.
I just feel so liberated by it, you know, like that turtle. Spiritually,
For people like Judith to come down and see this animal be released. I mean, back in the years, they can remember when they were children, they've seen them come up and nest, they've seen sustainable hunting, they've seen the generations go through. It must break their heart now to see what's happening out there to these beautiful animals, and what an incredible day it is for them to see a big breeding male get released back out into the wild. Very exciting for everybody involved.
Good on you.
Yeah,
honestly.
great.
The work you're doing is just so important, and the awareness that you've got. Look at all these people supporting the work you're
I
doing.
know.
Today was a day of celebration, of joy, and this little ember of passion that's burning brightly in all the people that were here today to see the release of Boof.
You love the show? Now check out a new experience at bondivet.com. With trusted pet advice, expert vet help, products and entertaining content, we're here to help 24/7.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.